After waiting a whole 24 hours for this deal to finally be a final, it is finally finalized. Juan Soto is a New York Yankee. What's going on, guys? The King of 161st Street. I'm back in another video, and this so far has been the biggest offseason for the New York Yankees since 2017. And that was when we got Giancarlo Stanton. And since then, it's been basically since 2009. This maybe even be bigger than 2017. We just got Juan Soto and Alex Verdugo in back-to-back days, and we're still looking to do more. The Yankees are still heavy into Yamamoto, might even still be favorites to get Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That is a huge offseason, and Hal Steinbrenner has said he will exceed the 300 millions, possibly going to 400 million this offseason to get this team back to where it needs to be. This is the type of mentality we've been asking for from Hal and Brian Cashman. This is what we've wanted. We haven't even given up that much. The deal was Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, Kyle Higashioka. We have two catchers already in Wells and Trevino. Higashioka was expendable. Drew Thorpe was a prospect, and we're finally not prospect hugging anymore. Brito and Vasquez played in the majors last year, majorly inconsistent, and they do have to find a rhythm. And then the main piece, Michael King, it stings, right? Michael King at the end of last year showed a lot of promise. And with that promise, you thought coming into this year, he could be a major factor. We could even fill that spot because Monday we're meeting with Yamamoto. So if we get Yamamoto, that spot now has been filled. So we really didn't lose much full major league talent here. And the only risk that comes with this is you're probably eating Trent Grisham's contract, which is again, an expense that Hal is willing to take on. B, this is the last year of Juan Soto's deal. He is a Boris client, so he will not sign an extension now. He will wait until he hits the free agency market, then maybe re-sign. That is a major concern, because if we do not accomplish what we need to accomplish this season, things could go off the rails. We could lose him in free agency. We could spiral into irrelevancy, and now we kind of lost Michael King and all these prospects for nothing. There's always a risk involved when you take swings like this. These are the swings we have to take, because when we were playing conservative and not taking risks like this, we ended up going into a tailspin and finishing 82-80. We cannot have a year like last year again. Juan Soto, Alex Verdugo, and possibly Yamamoto creates a World Series contender. I said it, a World Series contender in the Yankees. We finally have a lineup that is diverse. We have a lineup that is deep and a lineup that is lethal. All three things last year are things we lacked. When we had Oswaldo Cabrera, when we had guys like Everson Pereira, these guys filling up the roster, it showed our lack of depth at the major league level. It did. We didn't have much depth. We had Judge, Torres, and at times Rizzo before the concussion. And then when Dominguez came up, he was a factor. And then whenever Volpe wanted to have his occasional home run, he hit that. Our lineup wasn't deep. We weren't able to find a consistent lineup can consistently produce. Now we have a lineup that is not full of right-handed batters that have shown consistency batting more than the Yankees roster. Alex Verdugo was better than most of the Yankees last year. Juan Soto is one of the best hitters of our generation, along with another one of the best hitters of our generation in Aaron Judge. And then if Stanton comes back and has a half-decent year, DJ LeMahieu has a half-decent year, Anthony Volpe takes a leap, maybe Anthony Rizzo comes back from those concussion issues. He's working with Aaron Judge's hitting coach. Maybe he comes back, resurges a little bit, and becomes 3/4 of what he was a couple years ago. If all those things come true, we are World Series contenders. We have the Cy Young. We could get the best pitcher in Japan's history. Then you have Nestor Cortez. You have Carlos Rodon, Nestor Cortez, and Clark Schmidt. I don't really love Clark Schmidt, but him as a 5 is okay. That rotation is crazy. This rotation would be insane. The lineup would be scary. We're finally becoming the New York Yankees of old again. That's what this deal showed us, is Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner got together and said, enough with the bullshit, time to get a ring. There could still be more deals coming down the line. Gleyber Torres is coming up on the last year of his deal. He could be shopped to try and get more depth. Some people have brought up possibly going to the Marlins and saying, hey, we package Gleyber Torres and you give us Luis Arraez. That's a cool deal because then you're mixing contact with power. You would be bringing in a guy who you know going to hit for a high average, maybe not many home runs, but a guy you know is reliable to get on base, to mix with the lineup with Soto, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, all the boppers. You add a guy who is very contact oriented. It would create even more diversity there. This deal opens up so many doors for this team. And yes, we did give up a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, if we win a championship in 2024, it's going to look like peanuts. I wish Michael King all the best. He is a guy that has major potential. I doubted him last year when he started getting rotation minutes because he's a guy that I always saw as a bullpen-oriented guy. Every time we put him as a starter, he always struggled. He was always a 4 ERA guy. He would start off the first 3 innings really well, and then once the 4th through 7th came, he would flat out fall apart. Last year, he fixed that. He fixed that tremendously. He has a lot of potential and could easily become the NL Cy Young winner if he hits his max potential. That's a guy you want to keep out for, but everyone else in that deal, I'm okay with giving up. I am personally okay with it. A deal is going to hurt on both sides, and that's how you know it's a good deal. Deal shows me that there could be brighter pastures ahead. And even if we lose out on Yamamoto because Cohen wants to throw him $400 million, even if we don't trade Gleyber Torres, I'd be fine with that because Gleyber Torres was our most consistent hitter last year. This shows the Yankees are finally taking shit serious, that we can finally take this team serious. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this kickstarts everything to do with the offseason because it has been a stalemate except for the past couple days. I could talk to you soon. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. I am out of here. Peace.